welcome to Goal Line, guys. Episode
We're
who
on.
knows who's counting. Thanks for joining in. We got TJ and Josh, Goal Line Guys, goallineguys.com, your favorite website. Check us out on YouTube and Rumble now, yes? Okay, we're working on it. We're doing the damn thing.
Rumble's a little spotty right now, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's all about YouTube. Well,
We're
we
doing
are
YouTube,
starting
though. That's
today.
the focus.
It's going to be all over the place because we have the drum roll, please. The randomizer of pain. Correct, TJ? Oh, Doom, yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Or the
randomizer.
randomizer of doom is what I'm calling it on the thumbnail for this. But what I have on a randomizer here, I have a bunch of names of schools. I omit schools we already talked about because that's just redundancy at that part. And we're good at a bunch of things, but we're not going to be redundant because I don't like circling back a lot of times. It's going to have that. We're going to have some questions and maybe a question that I have to spin the wheel to get a team with. So,
awesome.
But first,
Yeah,
Josh, we ended SEC Media Days today.
But I'll let you lead off here because I got one that made me laugh.
My favorite was from Doughboy. Josh Heupel, coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, saying that all the grocery stores need to stock up on their mustard and golf balls for when they bring back. So he wants that same intensity when Lane came back with Ole Miss to Tennessee as they brought the first time.
Their mustard jars filled. They should just throw.
Yes, they are.
They should squirt the mustard.
Yes,
mustard
they are
is
definitely
kind of
making
harmless.
sure of that. But you don't get welts from just mustard being flung on you. If you got a 6'2" ounce bottle and you got a decent arm, that's gonna hurt.
Get a big enough mustard bottle and you have 15 people on each side punched together and it creates enough force to just shoot the mustard onto the field. Yeah, or a super soaker full of mustard.
I think at this point we just get a super soaker. Yeah, that would be hilarious. I'm all for trolling at this point. I will say it's kind of funny how the SEC Media Days to me is just trolling and pretty much just Daddy Saban being proud of all his children's accomplishments.
They're producing clickbait.
Well, I just think because he's in the back, because he's been there this whole week, and he's in the back watching, and the way he watched DeVar was like,
he's got some serious questions to answer this fall here, along with lots of other coaches. The pressure's going to be spread around pretty nicely here. So, SEC media, yeah, I saw something. Sarkisian essentially was kind of complaining about everybody's focused on the playoff, and then everybody's culture is now it's playoff or bust. And I'm like, well, bro, you're at the University of Texas. If that's not the mentality, what's the mentality? What?
You don't. Exactly. I don't want my coach saying something like that. No, that's what Eli Drinkowitz said, during the season. That's not about, making the playoffs.
Yeah,
no, it's all about making the playoffs.
Maybe if
every team has one goal: win the damn natty.
Maybe if you're active, you're probably not talking about
less. You should be fired.
The playoff, that's probably inexcusable.
Yeah, but if you're an SEC school in the era of NIL and you're not named
even
Mississippi
if I hired
State,
somebody at Mississippi State, I'd be like, okay,
that's your goal.
Is there a way? I want this person to figure out if we can somehow go 9-3 and make the playoff. The point is to win the games. You play to win the game. Yeah, sounds like Sark's making some excuses, man. It sounded like an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah, that mentality is
there. That's not going to work at Texas. Excuses don't fly. I was very surprised about that because I hate saying this, but Sunbelt Summerall, he had some fire, he had some passion, he said all the right things.
He sounded he
said
focused
everything you wanted to hear.
He sounded very objective, and he gets it. I think playing the all shucks kind of guy role, it's no, you're got to be a killer. You got to be a stone cold killer to coach at Yeah.
No, there's a reason why Urban Meyer 100%. Did better than Ron Zook at Florida, because Urban Meyer's a killer. Like, you don't go into this being a docile, humble person. No, sure. You gotta be able to slit throats, do whatever you can to win.
Georgia's one of the few teams that can just absolutely shut Sark all the way down from a schematic standpoint, but it's he's put the blueprint out there. So not everybody has Georgia's talent, in their in-game, play-to-play coaching, but it must be pretty scary if you're Sark, because really it's you're going to need Arch Manning to perform some miracles here, because it's not going to be too easy to, out-scheme Kirby. And it's if you want to get to the top of the SEC, that's who you're going to have to run through. He's the best coach.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you're going to have to run through Georgia, and you're going to have to run through LSU this year. And you're going to Death Valley
and
late in the season when the weather's perfect for trolling.
I just can't.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ohio State, no.
I was gonna say, man,
the beard guy's coming for blood again.
That's a real bad sign. If Billy Napier finds a way to beat you, and you have this supposedly great roster, and he's on the hot seat, and you just couldn't find a way to outcoach Billy Napier.
You have a way better roster, a way better coaching staff, but Josh, as I always say, there was no better coach in the SEC than Billy Napier on the hottest of hot seats.
Yeah, they pulled that. It was
like everything just clicked right then.
Because they were on they lost 4 out of those 5 games. They lost to USF, LSU, lost to Miami, beat Texas, turnaround, lost to the Aggies. Barely, they should have lost. 100% should have lost to Mississippi State. Mississippi State handed them that game on a silver platter. Yeah, they just don't know how to play
Mississippi State. Well, Mississippi State was just god awful.
Yeah, that would have been.
They were purposely trying to lose.
That would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 losses in a row had they choked against Texas and Mississippi State. I mean, but I think they beat Texas pretty decisively. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much ran it down their throat most of the game. It wasn't like fluke plays. They just literally outmuscled Texas for 60 minutes.
I think he knows his offensive line isn't great, and he's already trying to kind of temper expectations.
And that's so dumb to me. You would think if you have the golden child Arch Manning, before you look at anything, really it'll be his protection up front.
I mean, is Texas on the randomizer of doom? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we'll wait. We'll dive in on them. But
yes, they are. That's why I haven't been talking to you.
Worms there, and I don't get it. I don't like those words. I would never want those words to come out of my head coach's mouth.
No, I don't. I know you. That's a sign that there's already
it got a lot hotter.
That seat's. Sure. I think quietly that seat's hot.
Hey, wheel it, spin it, wheel and deal it.
So, you ready to spin the wheel? All right, it's spin as we go. Where it stops. Okay,
Woo!
Okay, Josh, we're not going to Texas, but we're going to Oklahoma.
I think the Sooners surprised a lot of people last year. God awful offense. Huge injury with Mateer. They had a decent season. I mean, they did make the playoffs, so there's that. They beat Alabama in the regular season, and then they inexplicably had an absolute meltdown at home at their first ever college football playoff. What was that more about Oklahoma, or was that more about Alabama?
I think Oklahoma was so damn beat up. Because remember, that team going in, Mateer's playing with a broken non-throwing hand, which baffled me that they'd still put him under center at times with a broken damn hand. They had a bunch of injuries. When they played LSU, they got more. That last
Yeah.
game, yeah, they smoked LSU, which was like pretty much kicking a dead body at that point. But they racked up a bunch of key injuries going into that game, and I think Bama, who pretty much ragdolled Auburn last year, because Auburn was also just a dead animal.
Yeah,
At that
surprising
point,
result
they
there.
came in a little bit better,
Because
and yeah,
Alabama just could not do anything right, at times with the
it
running
was.
game, and I think they gave up 17 unanswered points, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
They did. It was a complete rout. Like they
Yeah.
played for a
Big
little bit,
atmosphere
but
too, man.
Oklahoma just seemed
That's
like
a
they had no more
definitely
gas in the
a
tank.
difficult.
But also back in that
Yeah,
game,
oh,
I think
100%.
DeVar was playing for that hot seat not to get as bad. But that was the other cause too,
Well, what's
because
funny is,
that
oh yeah,
Bama team
the Sooners
struggled
went up.
most
Yeah,
of
the
the year.
Sooners went up. They scored first, and they were up 10-0 in the first quarter, and I think they put another touchdown on, and then Alabama
Hmm.
scored 17 points in the second quarter to tie it, and then they took them to the woodshed in the second quarter.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think Oklahoma just ran out of gas. I think they're still adjusting from the depth they needed in the Big 12 to the SEC,
100%.
and because I mean you need depth at every key position. Now I got their schedule pulled up. They're gonna start easy. They got UTEP, SEC Network, but week 2, Josh, they're
I
going to the Big
think that
House
Kyle Whittingham is going to
up
get
in Michigan.
Michigan in shape like very, very, very quickly. Yeah, he's amazing.
Oh, I think so too. I love Kyle Whittingham. I think if well, no, well, the biggest thing of all with the shitstorm they were going through, to have him available and be like, yeah, we know you're old, we know you're not the long term fix, but you're the fix
Yeah,
right now, and I
that was
think
a
that
home run
literally
smash hire. I
stabilized
mean,
that program
I'm just
overnight
still
again.
absolutely flabbergasted that Utah fired him. They were just so close. I don't know.
Well, I think if
Yeah, this would be the
Kyle's in a
place.
spot now where if he's going to get his natty, he's there. Because they'll have the backing. He's going to bring his spread offense there, so it's no more just leaning on the run every play at Michigan. He's got a good
Yeah.
quarterback. He's got Bryce Underwood. He's got the Michigan machine
Just
backing
the
him.
toughness and the
They're going
discipline.
to be a threat in the Big Ten instantly.
Immediately upgrading from fucking, what was that guy's name? What a goofball. Sharon Moore. Oh, that guy's a goofball.
Sharon Moore?
Yeah, I don't know. I have
yeah.
a lot of respect. They're going to be nasty. I mean, they've got players. I'm not sold on Bryce Underwood, but I mean, they can kind of hide him a little bit, I suppose.
Well, I think with also Kyle Whittinghouse is known for being a little bit of a QB whisperer on top of everything. He's going to get the most out of him. He's going to put him in the right scenario because
So
Bryce was supposed to be on LSU's roster running a spread offense, not in that. Yeah, like because they pretty much at the last second, Portnoy and some attorneys spent $10 million, gave a freshman $10 to.
So this is like how
to
NFL
basically
GMs do,
switch them from
where like they don't
LSU
understand like just because this person is a great athlete and prospect doesn't mean they'll fit a system. So they go out and they shoehorn him into the organization at the peril of the organization.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. I think him and that more, Utah air raid style offense, he'll be fine.
I don't have a nod either way in that one. I mean, it just depends on Mateer, to be honest with you. Man, if he's playing at an elite level, it's going to be hard to win on the road, though.
Yeah, and just tell you, this is going to be a big game. Prices for this game is $227, and it's going to be guaranteed to be the Fox Big Noon kickoff of Urban Meyer and the boys.
Yeah, that's silly.
Oh, well, yeah, it's a shame Fox runs their stuff like that. So after that, Josh, they're going to play New Mexico, whatever. Yeah. Then they go into Georgia, between the hedges. where Kirby
It
will
would
lay
be
thy
tough to
wood
get a
down
win
on
in
them
at Georgia.
with
Georgia doesn't really
furious
lose
anger.
down there between the hedges. Bulldogs. I mean, just a quick look ahead here. I think Georgia's the favorite to win the Natty. At least my favorite. I think they've got the best shot. But yeah, circle this one. This one could be a primetime game. That would be sick. A night game with Georgia. Yeah. I think New Mexico is going to give Oklahoma
I would love to see Georgia go
dark
mode for
I don't think
this.
they're going to win. I don't think they'll pull the upset, but this New Mexico team is a little chippy. Maybe cover. They're going to give them 2 touchdowns, maybe even more. I want to circle that New Mexico game because they've got a really good coach that FSU should definitely have their eye on down there in New Mexico. So shout out to those guys. Off week, bye week.
Yep, and then going into one of the greatest traditions in college football, the Red River Rivalry. I love this game because it's literally, I don't know why Texas just plays flat recently. When Oklahoma starts playing good, Texas just come out. It's always a feisty game. It's always a fun game. I would love to see Bevo just rage on the field at some point. I think that'd be great for the fans and for the children at home.
Yeah.
Then, Josh, after that, they pretty much have 2 bye weeks because they're going to play Kentucky.
I think
they're
going
to play Mississippi State. I'm sorry, 3. Then they're playing South Carolina.
I think I mean,
just everything starts going bad.
I think South Carolina, this is the year they flush Beamer.
Like I said, if you can't do anything with Lenore Sellers, you just wasted a guy's 4 years in school.
They avoid going to South Carolina for that reason.
Yeah.
I think Florida is
then they're going to the swamp
that I have the hardest time putting a beat on. Like, they could be 4-8, they could be 9-3. Like, it's really just going to depend on how they adapt to their new coaching, and yeah,
and how Summerall adapts too. This is the first time in the SEC, so he's gonna have growing pains too. I mean, I could see them being a playoff team. I could see them, like you said, 4-8 too. It just depends on how much this team buys in, how quickly they get together.
Brent Key's offensive coordinator, Filio. It's going to be a lot riding on that guy because he's going to have to get good quick.
Yeah.
I got Oklahoma. I would take Oklahoma in this game. I know it's hard to win at the Swamp, but that's tough. I think this Oklahoma team is built to travel. That defense is nasty.
Then the next week, it is.
Yeah.
Well, when is Oklahoma's defense not nasty? That's their trademark. Then they got games with Ole Miss, which that could be a barn burner, depending on
they're another
how
team
Ole Miss transitions. And
I don't know. Chambliss is so good, though. He can carry that team. I mean, he can put that team on his back. Yeah.
He can. It's just going to be how good.
Right.
How good is this offense coordinator going to be compared to Charlie Weiss Jr.? That's what is the biggest thing. It's not Lane. I mean, those kids are balled in right now to Pete Golding, and he still has Lane's recruits.
Yeah.
It's just going to be, can they match the success? Then they got Texas A&M, but it's late season Mike Elko, so anything's possible.
I'm going to have to wait. I'm out on the Aggies until I see them play. Marcel Reed would have to take a quantum leap forward, and I'm just not sure, is he ready for that? Is he going to perform? I mean, just the last 2 losses they had were so bad, but, I mean, that's the thing is what's crazy. They're basically mirror teams. Like, A&M and OU are just, they're going to be good and nasty up front on both sides of the ball, and it's all going to come down to the quarterback. I think Mateer has his pluses and minuses, but this is the second year of their new offensive coordinator, but they also brought in Garrett Riley for some reason as like an assistant. So I think that's kind of weird because he didn't do all that well at Clemson. So I go OU just simply because they're at home, probably by field goal. Missouri Tigers, they just never play. They never win against good teams. Yeah, they're just kind of mid. They're better than the bottom third.
No, they don't.
They trade wins and losses with the other kind of above mid teams, and Eli Drinkowitz has been awful against top competition in the SEC. So that's a tricky spot, though. I mean, Oklahoma could have a lot to play for. There's some old Big 12, Big 8 kind of animosity there. That'll be an interesting way to end the season, because Missouri would love nothing more than to just lash out. Yeah,
but I don't trust Eli Drinkowitz.
Maybe too much momentum at this point. I mean, there's how many losable games on this schedule? I mean, this is a tough schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. This is a tough schedule. I mean, Oklahoma. This is it, though. If you're Venables, you got to get into the playoffs and make some noise. Like, getting absolutely bounced by Alabama last year was not the play. Yeah, especially when you have a 17-point lead. That's just, maybe that team just needed some experience in big environments here. But I think Oklahoma's going to be dangerous. I wouldn't want to play them. I'm just really glad FSU doesn't play them. That would turn into that would be like a Nick Saban style 33-0, just strangling. Yeah.
I think OU rolls in that game. I don't see it being a game. I think Drinkowitz is because he did take a lot of interviews and that didn't sit well with Missouri. I think he may, if he doesn't have a good season turn around, that he's going to be on the hot seat soon.
What are you shooting for? 8-4, 9-3.
Dude, I really believe Cignetti walking into a basketball school in Indiana and winning in 92 years changed a lot of AD's minds about stuff. Yeah, you're going to see more, and the fact that Indiana figured out, we can bring in a lot more money, put it towards towards the football team, and boost the basketball team as well. So, all right, time to spin the wheel again. Where will it land? What will the team or subject be? And we're going host choice. Pick a. Do you want to do host choice? Pick a team, or spin again?
Graphic here that you have so generously sent me. Yeah, good stuff. This is definitely going to be the thumbnail. It's fantastic. Man, I want to talk about these Volunteers. I want to talk about Tennessee. Yeah, so we started out hot with a little Tennessee action.
Doughboy.
They've been fantastic at home. They've been garbage on the road for the most part, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't win their little court case. They're kind of in hot water here. Things did not go the way they wanted to.
I don't know how they were the only school to not get an injunction for their quarterback to get an extra year. Like, literally every other school got one for this. We almost had a guy who bet on football. Bozo team got an injunction to play. So, I mean, how? You couldn't let Dolly Parton whip him out in front of the judge.
They've got a lot of choices at quarterback here. And I believe that Tennessee they'll put offense on the field. They're always good at just finding somebody to thread the needle here. There's always going to be somebody that can sling it around. It's a very quarterback-friendly system.
Heupel will always have a good team in.
They just got to get their road. They got to get their road wins. They're really hard to beat at home. Their schedule does not line up well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to double check here.
I'm looking at their schedule right now. They start Furman, which whatever. But then the following week, primetime game on ESPN, they play Georgia Tech.
This would be a good time to catch Georgia Tech, though, because
that's going to be a fist fight.
They had a lot of graduation. They've had a lot of transfers. Mm-hmm. No Haynes King. Haynes King was a certified baller, by the way.
No Haynes King.
Haynes King. And he's a lot faster.
If you didn't like Haynes King, you didn't like football.
Was insane. That dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, real
They'll
quick,
probably re-sign him,
Diego
though.
Pavia got waived by the
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Didn't even make it to camp. Okay, back to this. So then they have Kennesaw
Loss.
State, but then Josh, they get some stuff. They got to play
Yeah,
Texas at
are
home
they
though.
tough enough?
No, I think
Ooh, that's a
I
good
think
one. That'll be a hell of a
Sarkisian.
game. That'll be a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Then they're playing
That's going to
Auburn
be
at
a good
home,
little
which
series right
this
there.
may be a
That's a
really
tough
fun game
test
too
right
that
there
we're not
because
expecting.
I think Auburn will kind of. Their defense is good. I'd have
Mm.
to look and see. They don't play all that often. So this is a good kind of outcome of the new SEC alignment.
Exactly. So after that, let's see, they have those two. Then they go to Arkansas,
Yeah.
win.
Alabama
But
exacts
then,
their
Josh, they
revenge
have
here.
Alabama.
I trust DeBoer. Plus, you got to
I
remember,
think so
Tennessee got
too.
handled by Vanderbilt last year. I mean, absolutely mauled. So I'm not sure.
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
sure what's going on with Bobby Hill, Coach Bobby Hill, but they're gonna have to they're gonna have to tighten up because that was embarrassing. Yeah, Alabama gets their revenge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tennessee has owned
Then
them.
they're going to Cocky in South Carolina
Yep,
to listen to
when
Sandstorm.
they have also owned them.
Mm-hmm. Then it's Kentucky, which whatever.
There's no way they win that game
Then they're going to the
unless
House
they
of the
just have
Colt, A and
some
M.
quarterback emerges that's just an absolute just unit. That would be a tough win. I don't see Tennessee winning that game.
Then, of course,
That's going to
Lane
be
Kiffin and
electric.
LSU
That's
shows
win,
up.
lose, or
They
draw.
better make this a night game.
Must watch TV. Tennessee will be up for that game. Absolutely. Great spot too for LSU. Just simply because that Texas A&M game is going to be a war. So they're gonna soften them up. They're gonna soften them up real nice for you.
Yeah, and there's no break. Yeah. Then old Vandy comes in, Josh.
Vanderbilt will also be one of the more interesting teams to watch. Just simply because it's like, were they a 2 year wonder? You know, have they really built something from the ground up here? Their schedule is awful. They've got a really tough schedule. So they'll be pretty beat up once Tennessee gets a hold of them, because they've got to go. They go at Auburn, at Georgia, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Kentucky, off, Mississippi State, Alabama, at Florida. Oh man, they've got to go to Florida the week before Tennessee. Yeah, they might be out of gas. I mean, but who knows? I mean, Tennessee's probably pretty beat up at this point too. So maybe Vanderbilt just sticks a thumb in their eye one more time before the tables turn. This is a big year for Heupel. This might be their worst year yet, and that's saying something. They're usually reliably an 8-win team. Wheel of Misfortune.
All right. So back to the wheel. And
This has been delightful.
Give us someone bad. Make us suffer. It's been so far good. All right, Josh, I want you to give me a lock-in for this season. Tell me something
Mike Norvell gets
lock
fired.
in that's, guaranteed to happen this year.
Yeah, absolute lock.
Okay. That's good. Next question.
It's just
back
which
to
week?
The wheel.
That's the real question. Yeah, that bum will be gone shortly.
God. Okay. Yeah, this one's for me, I guess. Say one nice thing about Alabama. One nice thing about Alabama. You know what?
Yeah.
Even I like watching Derrick Henry run over motherfuckers. All right, back to the wheel. All right, here we go.
Well, this will be quick. We'll make it painless.
God damn it, we got Missouri.
Hey, well, you know what?
Wait, real quick.
As
let me
much as we make fun of Missouri,
off the list.
they have made the SEC championship more recently than a lot of SEC teams.
Mm-hmm.
That may be due to scheduling. It's possible.
True. Very true.
But they did get a quarterback for once. So Bo Pribula basically couldn't throw the ball. Man, their schedule's tough. They got a tough schedule here.
Yeah, their schedule's not too bad. I mean, you got Arkansas, Pine Bluff. I guess that's a technical college. Then you're playing Kansas.
That's dangerous.
I mean,
Lance Leipold's
Ben since
dangerous.
Fat Boy's been there. That's been any good.
You know what the problem with Kansas was the last 2 or 3 years? Their quarterbacks just could not stay healthy, and that put such an absolute, monkey wrench in their plans. Troy, dude, talk about a Sunbelt team that you do not want to face. They're going to give you everything. They're going to fire with both barrels here, so they better be ready for this one. I think Missouri has enough firepower to win them, but I wouldn't be surprised at an upset here. Sleepy noon game. Then you get a vacation down to Stark Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Hey, roll the dice, man. Use that NIL money wisely down there, boys. Then you got 2 home games in a row. You got the Florida Gators coming in, which
they've had some.
That's might be fun to watch.
I think Missouri, to their credit, has had Florida's number, but they play infrequently now. So,
Marcel Reed. Then they get your favorite quarterback, Marcel Reed, Texas A&M.
That's a tough slate. Florida, Texas A&M. Then they go to at Ole Miss. Dang. Then they got a bye week. Another win.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas is going to be terrible. They're going to beat their ass.
Then they got Arkansas.
And then they play Georgia.
Then Texas. Texas will beat their ass.
And then Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Oklahoma beats Missouri. Okay, yeah. That's... I see
Eli Drinkwitz may not make it through. May not make it past this season, boys and girls.
5, 6... I see 7 potential losses. This will not be
easily.
For the faint of heart. If you're a Missouri Tiger fan, you might want to look away.
For your faint of heart, yes. Yeah, you might. I don't know what other sports you're good with, but you may want to find that or go. Or you can't have to watch the Rams anymore. I'm sorry, you have nothing
St. Louis
else.
Cardinals baseball.
All right.
Hands of fate.
So let's hope we get a non-SEC school this time.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah,
hey,
North
Josh.
Carolina. All right, I'm intrigued.
We're going to Chapel
They've
Bill.
got me. I'm intrigued. They hired the other scummiest, most sexually provocative coach in college football. This is...
I literally didn't we almost joke about that?
Put scum together.
Fruition.
This is a tough start to this season. They've got a Dublin, Ireland game. Okay, so all bets are off there. Who knows what's going to happen there?
Mm-hmm. Chapel Bill. All I know is Chapel Bill's getting wasted at a pub night before.
Bye week. East Tennessee State. I don't even know what ETSU is. It's a dub.
Mm-hmm.
Then they've got Man, their scheduling did not do them any favors.
Then Clemson.
Another bye week.
No, not at all.
At UNC, murder. Then they go to Pitt.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame's gonna.
That's a tough game. Dang, they're not gonna look too. They're not gonna look too nice coming out of the gate here. Rivalry game.
Yeah. Then they got to play Duke, and Duke is no slouch anymore.
Then they've got to play Syracuse. Who knows what Syracuse has? I haven't done any homework on them. Yeah, fair enough.
I don't.
Then they play the
I don't.
Canes.
I removed them off the list for a reason, Josh.
Canes are gonna get them, dude.
Canes will smoke them.
It's not outside of the realm of possibility to also
UConn,
lose
it's
to
not.
UConn. Louisville, I don't know, man. Louisville it depends on the spot. If there's something Louisville has to play for, they might choke and lose. But, dude, you're looking at a horrible schedule here. Virginia, who made the ACC title game last year. Rivalry game. Dude, this could go completely sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Chapelville could be in the unemployment line.
I just hope Chapelville. Well, I mean, I don't know. He'll just go to a lower power. He'll go to a non-power 5 school. Like I could see him at JMU.
If they go 7-5, I'll be impressed.
After Sunbelt Billy gets fired,
show me 7 wins on this schedule.
Me too.
If they go 6-6, I'll be impressed.
I can't. All right. Next spin.
We need some like Jeopardy music or something. We need some Wheel of Fortune music. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Okay, we're going to Virginia Tech now. Oh yeah, best hire they could have done. I mean, with how bad season was going, lame duck coach, and you get the former Penn State coach, and a guy who's going to bleed that school's colors.
It's going to be immediately better, just simply because I think Franklin knows how to get teams kind of shaped up. I don't see any massive juggernauts in the way, that the Big Ten always just revolved around, can you beat Michigan? Can you beat Ohio State? The two biggest, teams up there. Plus, then you added Oregon. You didn't do yourselves any favors. You added Oregon, USC. You put some more devastating. Yeah, the Huskies are tough too. Again, another school that's made the playoff more recently than others. This schedule's okay, though. You open up with VMI, Old Dominion. Got to be careful with Old Dominion. These little Virginia schools love putting the fly in the ointment here for the Virginia Tech Hokies.
Yeah, they bring those
100%.
Eldridge Beast voodoo from the damn Appalachian Mountains with them.
I don't know. You always want to catch Maryland late. They always the wheels fall off late for Maryland. That's a good road test. We'll know more about Virginia Tech in that game. We'll see what they're made of. Then a double back-to-back road trip to Boston College. Boston College was pretty bad last year. Bill O'Brien talking about hot seat. Pitt, that's a little local kind of Atlantic Coast area battle. Pitt's always just kind of 8-4. Long road trip out to Cal. Cal could be dangerous. Plus, it's the ACC, so no one knows. Georgia, bad time to catch Georgia Tech. They've had a little time to firm up. Brent Key's a good coach.
One knows.
At Clemson.
It depends what Clemson is right now. It really depends how Clemson has done so far, because Clemson could be really good, one loss, or it could be complete wheels have fallen off.
Until I see Clemson absolutely just self-destruct. They're still playing for Dabo, which is insane. There were some games last year where Syracuse got them. That was incredible. Syracuse shredded them. I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see on Dabo. I'm not going to put too much money on him here, but I kind of like Virginia Tech's chances in that game. Like you said, who knows what Clemson could be a dumpster fire at this point. It's a double back-to-back road trip. You get the Cardinal late, you get Stanford late. They're going to be a little bit better than people think, I believe. They're gonna. Yeah, that's brutal.
These last two, dude, Miami and Virginia.
I mean, what? 5-7? No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could go 6-6. I mean, that would be an improvement. It's all going to depend on how fast how fast he could get them to believe in themselves. Plus, Drones is going to have to play better. But I like it. Right step in the right direction for Virginia Tech football.
All right. All right,
Wheel
so
of
let me
random.
spin the wheel one more time.
We need like the Price is Right music here. All right, the voodoo here.
Well, we went from
Penn
one
State
school to the other, Penn State.
I don't know, man. I think Matt Campbell he's a ceiling coach too. I think that's the ironic thing about the hire, flushing James Franklin to go get Matt Campbell. It's a lot. It seems like
wasn't
a complete
big
move.
I didn't like it. There's way better guys available. I mean, when you can, I'm still very surprised Kenny Dillingham was not moved to a bigger school.
I get it. This guy maximized Iowa State, but it's like he still didn't. I guess it all depends on like your understanding of how bad and poorly underfunded Iowa State is. Like they are just the left for dead school. I mean, they were 2-7 when he took 3-9 when he took over in 2016. Then they went 8-5 the next year, 8-5, 7-6, 9-3, 7-6, 4-8, 7-6. Dude, there's a lot of 7-6 years in there. 11-3 in 2024. They underachieved like greatly.
Be happening
in 2025. Yeah, I feel like it's a total lateral move. I was never impressed with anything they did like offensively. I mean, they just.
But Penn State, I mean, that's their deal. Ever since we know what happened,
I see that as a complete lateral
nothing's
move.
Been good.
I wasn't in love with the hire. I mean, I get why they were frustrated with Franklin, but I feel like they overreacted. It's like something was clearly wrong with that team. They melted down, and yeah, that was a brutal meltdown. They did have a complete meltdown. That was terrible.
Fairly quick.
But their schedule, Marshall, open up at Temple, Buffalo, then Wisconsin for homecoming. That's an early-ass homecoming. At Northwestern, USC, at Michigan, Purdue, Washington, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland. Dude, they should have hung on to James Franklin. He could have navigated this schedule.
Yeah, they should have really. I mean, I don't think Minnesota East is going to do anything.
There's probably
Iowa State East is going to do anything.
3. I mean, really, there's only 3 like obvious chances to lose on this schedule. Yeah, man. Maybe Penn State lives to regret their decision here. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's strange. I mean, that was
not feeling bonita about it.
I don't know. Losing to Northwestern, though, that was kind of the one there I was like, all right, like, that could get you fired. Like, especially considering the way things went. I think they let Oregon beat them twice because the UCLA trip, too, was tricky because they had to go all the way out to the Rose Bowl. Yeah, but turning around and losing to Northwestern is unacceptable. Yeah,
that's a problem.
And then they lost a heartbreaker to Iowa. Got
Very
destroyed
true.
by Ohio State.
Very true.
And then they had the roster to hang with Indiana. They just lost on an amazing, last minute play, last minute heroics. Yeah, huge mistake by Penn State. They're gonna live to regret that. Spin the wheel.
All right. Spin the wheel. Oh, let's see where we land this time.
I have done absolutely
best recruiting class.
Are we talking about the next upcoming recruiting class? Yeah, that's your wheelhouse. I'm not looking that far forward into recruiting.
You know what? Let's just spin again.
Probably Ohio State. They always get really good recruiting classes.
All right, Josh. Build for this coming season. Build your dream playoff grouping for this coming season.
12
Who do you
teams.
think? Way too far.
I've got Georgia.
Way too far prediction.
Ohio State, obviously.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Miami's going to be there. That's 3. Indiana's going to be there just due to their schedule, I think. So that's 4. Well, it definitely won't be Florida State. They're trash. Big 12 winner. Big 12's kind of tough, honestly. I think that's going to be the toughest conference. Now that
I'm going to go for. I'm thinking so too soon. Oklahoma State.
So far to go. There.
Mess-to-maker, though? They got pretty much all of North Texas there?
No. Oklahoma. I think Texas Tech either
it's
way.
It's wide open with Texas Tech not having a quarterback.
Their schedule is really cheesy. BYU. Put BYU and Texas Tech in there. So that's what, 6? We need a couple more SEC teams. You know they're going to flood the SEC.
Yeah.
I don't know. The SEC is going to. I think it's a bloodbath this year with the SEC. That's going to screw a lot of things up. That's going to create
the 9 conference
games. They created an unforeseen logjam last year that they did not intend to create, and I think that that's going to be the case again. I think that there's going to be some undeserving small schools that get in there. Do we see a representative from the Pac-12? Do they qualify? No. I'm cheering for the Washington State Cougars, though. They're my dark horse. We love them so much.
They're always our dark horse because of Coach Leach.
I don't believe in the Aggies.
LSU?
I don't know. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I think the Sooners get in. The Sooners' schedule lines up pretty nicely. Yeah, that's 7. What's my other Big Ten team here?
So that's 7 that you put in.
Ohio State's going to get them. Oregon. Yeah, we're going to put Oregon in.
Oregon or
Yeah, that's fine. They're gonna absolutely
because they have to lose in the first round per usual.
Yeah, their schedule is ridiculously easy. They can win that schedule. They can get in. So that's what, 9? I think the at-large bids. I don't think you're going to get 2 teams from the ACC.
I got 8.
I don't think that's possible or ethical because it's such bad football. I said Miami.
Well, we need an ACC team in here, Josh.
There's
I mean, that's right. That's what I'm missing. Okay, yeah, we are.
Maybe Louisville because of their schedule. Because it would be tough to keep them out if their only loss was the ACC title. But, I mean, they're going to screw it up. No, they always screw it up.
All right. Spin the wheel again.
Yeah, they'll give you 3,
where it stops.
3 really small schools will get in that I couldn't possibly predict. Like Boise State or something.
All right, let's go to the fucking Colt.
Man, A&M. Tough team to read, man. I think they have everything but a quarterback.
Well, they're trying to make I still will say I have seen pictures of Marcel Reed this offseason. He has transformed his whole body. He looks like a douchebag SEC white quarterback.
I don't think it's upstairs. I don't think he has the clutch. It's like the physical abilities there. Those meltdowns were horrible, bro. He had some horrible meltdowns. Now Texas A&M can kind of hide them, you know. Let's look at the schedule. Yeah, they've got a dirty schedule.
This schedule. Ugh. I mean, you got Missouri State first, but then you got to see
the Dilly.
Kenny D.
Yeah, that's tough.
The Dilly. Then you have to play Kentucky at home. Then you're going to Death Valley. Which, guess what?
100%.
These two teams, this is my favorite new rivalry in the SEC. Because, and this, those players from last year, remember, I will say thank you, A&M, for being us last year, for putting me in my position of Lane Kiffin.
That's a tough
but at the same time, go fuck yourself.
They play you close, too. I don't know, man. I think Texas A&M is the hardest team to read here. Because, they did give up 30-something odd points to South Carolina and then somehow miraculously won. So I'm not out on... And they just played so poorly against Texas. Texas was a beatable team.
It just seems like every year for A&M, no matter who's running the show, is that they always have a string of dumb losses. Like just...
Plus, their schedule last year was really soft.
Their offense and defense at the end of the season.
They played some of the worst teams in the SEC last year.
Well, this one ain't. Yeah, but let me tell you the rest of the schedule. So they got Arkansas at home. Then they have then they go to Missouri.
Beware.
Then they have to play the Citadel.
That'll be a tough game.
Then, Josh, they're going to Alabama. They're going, then they're going to South Carolina. The last three, this is brutal. At home at Tennessee, at Norman, Oklahoma, then finishing off with Texas at home.
Like, I don't know what to believe about them until they do that. That's a tough schedule. Florida's going to be... Auburn's going to be tough. Oh, that was last season. Sorry. I'm a dummy. So, yeah. Kentucky at LSU, Arkansas at Missouri.
They don't play Auburn or Florida this year.
Alabama's going to be a tough sell. Tennessee, who knows what Tennessee has left at that point?
Yeah.
This is like a 9-3 team. I can see this team very well losing 3 or more games. Three at least.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4. Depends on how good LSU is. So maybe back to 8 and 4 until proven otherwise.
All right. Back to the wheel.
Just the laziest possible dissection of Texas A&M. But hey, I had moving on.
All right, we're going to one of our non-Power 5 schools,
they're
Memphis.
In what conference again? I'm sorry. They keep changing conferences. God damn it!
Think like I'm looking that up right now as we go, sir. Well, when you're a lower level school like that, you gotta keep moving around to make that money. They are in the American Conference, sir.
We'll know a lot by week 1. They're gonna take on the UNLV Rebels in a game that's basically midnight their time. I wonder.
Our first ESPN game.
I wonder how they fare. I forget where their coach went. Their coach went to Arkansas, right? Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably gonna be the death knell. It would be hard to backfill that level of football immediately. And I didn't see who they hired as their coach. Charles Huff. Yeah, massive roster turnover. Yeah, this is gonna be a bad year. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know nothing about most of these teams. I know UNLV, though. I have no clue about Arkansas State. Boise State, roll over them. I always root for the Smurf Turf. UT Martin, Charlotte, UAB, a rebuilding Tulane, East Carolina, Army.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 losses in there.
Navy, and Temple.
Yeah, Memphis is not going to be a group of 5.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
I think Arkansas was unwise to hire their coach because that feels like a downgrade and a team that was already struggling.
Well,
yeah, they were just in shambles.
I feel like when the Alex Golesh deal fell through, All right, spin the wheel again.
Low profile head coach hire.
Biggest college
I think
football
Clemson
playoff
Tigers.
dark horse in your opinion?
I just think the ACC, there's not that many good teams.
Really?
They gave away a lot of teams. They got a new offensive coordinator. Dabo's back against the wall, which is his favorite coaching position. Everybody's doubting Clemson. He'll have them up. It's just kind of Miami and everybody else. Who are we really worried about if you're in the ACC? Because they still got guys. They still got dudes. If they come out and play respectably against LSU, which I think they will, there's their schedule: Georgia Southern, North Carolina, at Cal, Miami. So let's call it 2 losses there. Charleston, Southern Buccaneers, no. Virginia Tech, win. At Florida State, win. At Syracuse, revenge. Georgia Tech's not all that great. Duke got gutted. South Carolina Gamecocks. That looks like a 10-2 Clemson team. Mike Norvell's not going to do
just depends. Well, if Mike Norvell has to save his job and he goes full
Tom
Billy
Herman
Napier.
is the coach by game.
Tom
1,
Herman
2,
will?
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if Louisville, look, we could lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of our first 7 games. Yeah, he's gone. He won't be there to just get pounded by Clemson, because it goes New Mexico State. SMU is going to kick our fucking ass. That's going to be horrible. At Alabama, Central Arkansas, thank God. Virginia's going to get us again. At Louisville, and back-to-back road games at Louisville, at Miami. Do you know we haven't won a road game in 10 straight tries? ACC games? Yeah, we have to find that guy.
Wow, that guy really needs to eat that dog shit.
Tom Herman there's a bye week in there too, so after Miami,
that's the only way you break the curse.
That'll be a good time for them. That's when it happens, yeah.
That's when it happens. All right, back to the Wheel of Destiny.
Wheel of Disgrace. Hey, Bulldogs, my favorite here. I think
Josh, I got Georgia on my mind.
Maybe 4th or 5th best to win the Natty.
Always ours. When you have Kirby Smart as coach, it's always. Oh yeah. So let's bring up old Georgia, one of the top tier school in the SEC, too, otherwise noted. But their biggest problem is
they're gonna focus on
OC
running the ball
and too many screenplays.
They're not gonna be worried about running too many screens this year.
So let's start this fun schedule, Josh. For the first 3, Tennessee State, Western Kentucky, then they're going to Arkansas. So it looks like a good 3 tune-up games for them in a row.
They're gonna beat them there because they're just Kirby Smart will not be outcoached by whoever Oklahoma's offensive coordinator is.
Kirby is going to beat the shit out of Vanderbilt
about to get
just in spite of them stealing that 5-star recruit at the last second.
Toss up.
Yeah.
All right.
They're going to body Bama.
Let's call it a win for your sake.
I don't think DeBoer's going to have a good year.
They're going to destroy Auburn. He will not be fooled by Alex Golish's cha-cha offense. Off week, cocktail parties in Atlanta this year. Yeah.
They'll be partaking by halftime. Yeah. They'll be in the stands partying. Like the starting 12 will all be in the stands get out coached by doing kickstands by halftime. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Ole Miss could be tough.
No, he shall not, sir. Now, here's a good one next. Now, this is the game on their schedule I'm looking forward to next. At Ole Miss. This will be, how good are you, Pete Golding?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
yeah,
gonna
you got
sit
him in
and
the
watch that
playoffs
film
last year,
until
but
his
I don't
eyes
think you
bleed.
get two on Kirby in 2 years.
Yeah, screaming
I'm
and
pretty sure
punching
he
his
always
TV.
has. I'm pretty sure he wakes up with nightmares of that playoff game. While
Yeah,
a phone rings from Athens
DUI
PD
arrest.
about another player
Missouri's
being
gonna
in a
get
wreck.
trampled at Athens. Beat down.
The only good part about playing at South Carolina is just going to be the South Carolina entrance with Sandstorm,
Yeah, Georgia
because
has
immediately after
owned
that, everything
owned
goes
South
downhill.
Carolina. Yeah, the Jackets had
Yes, and
their two
then
chances
sorry,
for the last two
Brinky.
seasons to beat Georgia, and they got kind of cheated out of at least one, to be honest with you. But yeah, big rebuilding year for Georgia Tech. Last year was a peak. This year will probably be a valley.
Very true.
Wheel of Doom.
All right, spin again.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to one we spoke a little about earlier. We're going to Michigan
should
now,
be
bud.
Interesting. I mean, their defensive recruiting has been very impressive to me. That's the one thing I did underestimate as far as they're concerned. Kyle Whittingham, great hire. I don't know. Let me look at their schedule. I'm not a big believer in Bryce Underwood yet.
But I'm looking at it right now, Josh. We're going to start at Western Michigan. Then we're going to have Oklahoma come to the house. Then we got UTEP at home. Then we got Iowa at home. Then we're going to sink a boat in Minnesota. The new revived Penn State. I mean, the main thing is, how are these players completely balled in? Is the bullshit over? Because you also have the bullshit with their AD right now. Yes. But Kyle Whittinghouse knows that he doesn't have it's going to be a fun time. It ain't going to be a long time either there. And I think, again, a lot of pressures on these new coaches because of what Cignetti did in 2 years. That's going to cause these coaching firings to be.
I don't know, Michigan. I don't know. Their schedule is pretty tough, though. I mean, Iowa's going to be straight down the line. Iowa. I mean, if they could probably get them. It just depends on how quick this team gels. I mean, you've got a lot of different moving parts. Penn State, yeah, I don't know. Are they ready? Hoosiers, they're not going to beat the Hoosiers. No, Hoosiers are going to be too locked in.
No.
Until otherwise notified, Indiana is going to win every game by 100. Yep, they're going to beat Rutgers. Great hire by Michigan State, by the way. This could be a very, very good game. Pat Fitzgerald of the Penis Car Wash fame over at Northwestern has rejoined the ranks of major college football. That's going to be a good Michigan State game. I'm actually looking forward to that. They'll be up for that one. Oregon will destroy them. UCLA, who knows? That's a long trip. They'll probably just absolutely crumble.
Yeah.
And then Ohio. I would absolutely love for Ryan Day to
somehow beat Ohio State again.
That would be fantastic for me personally.
I think I don't care what happens. They somehow beat Ohio State is all I ask for.
But no, I'm going to put Ohio State down as a loss there. So that's what they have: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, there's 6 coin toss games on that schedule, so maybe a year early as far as Whittingham is concerned. He's got a lot to lock in and repair there. So Michigan could be in for a bumpy ride. I mean, 8-4 to me would be a successful season. That's a tough schedule. That is no cupcake schedule. To Michigan's credit for once. Plus, I mean, Indiana just basically just planted their flag and they're like, we're Alabama now, so everyone has to deal with this, which is so awesome. So a lot riding on Cignetti, but overall, I mean, Michigan's got a lot to. They've got a lot to clean up. This is kind of a forgivable season if you're Kyle Whittingham. I think that the pressure won't be on too high. You're trying to repair your image here. I want to see some good, clean football.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, I just spun the wheel again,
Mario,
Josh, while you were talking, and we're going to South Beach.
Probably the get of the season, off-season.
Cristobal!
You know that Manny Diaz is pissed.
Menza.
Yeah, I mean, Mario Cristobal's done a fantastic job of building, their offensive defensive line. They're going to have, not Kadarius Toney, but Malachi. What's the guy's name down there? The little jitterbug guy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that guy.
I can see him.
They're going to have the running backs back.
I can't remember his name.
Gary Mitz is a huge get. Soft schedule. Does Mario? That's the only question. Is he done Marioing? He almost cost them the season last year a couple of times. Miami had to wait on pins and needles. Malachi Toney, that's his name. I knew it was close.
Oh, you meant
Malachi Toney. They crushed Stanford. They crushed Florida A&M. I think if you're looking for the Mario game, watch out for Wake Forest. I'll tune into that game because it's a night game and it's on the road. Central Michigan, destroy. Clemson's gettable. Florida State's awful. Pitt at home. North Carolina's going to be trash. Tough game at Notre Dame late in the season. Duke, beatable. Virginia Tech, beatable. Boston College, beatable. I think...
No, I think the Mario Cristobal game is Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
I think at that point, Tech's probably got their groove going. And this is the game, because Miami always drops a stupid game. We both know that. A game they have no right. I don't think it's Wake Forest. It's definitely not Central Michigan. Norvell has no right to beat Miami. It's going to be Virginia Tech to be the sleeper.
Miami Florida State game. It could get ugly.
Well, think about this, Josh. Notre Dame, they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Duke is really pissed off about the whole Menza situation. They'll win, but that's going to be that's going to be a fist fight.
Especially if they're kind of
it's the perfect spot
3-3,
for Virginia
4-4.
Tech to pull an upset
they're just kind of forming into shape here. Yeah, they'd have to be. Yeah, they could have figured some stuff out too.
But they're like
you got to keep in mind
at the right
too.
time
I
this season.
The defense is a bit easier to install than an offense. It's going to take 4, 5, 6 games just to kind of get your feet under you. I mean, what team is going to know how to play really great offense by the third game of the season if they're not all kind of together? But, yeah, I mean, Miami's biggest enemy at this point doesn't even wear a jersey or a helmet. It's Cristobal. I mean, can he get them focused? I mean, he has to slay that demon. Dude, if Wake Forest beat them, I would just be beside myself. That's a night game in Winston-Salem, so hopefully there's some dark magic, some residual dark magic left over for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, but it would also be really funny to see Clemson beat them. That would be amazing. That would... you're going to miss Dabo. He's going away. He's going the way of the dinosaur. Let him have one more valiant last stand like the Alamo. And plus, it's just so funny to hear Miami fans cry. God, the tears are so delicious.
Right. It is.
All right, let's spin it up.
All right, Josh, we got time for one more spin. All right, where will it spin?
Right now?
All right, Josh. Who's your favorite coach in all of college football?
Tough question. There's a lot of really fun coaches.
No, I picked a team.
I thought you were asking me like a random question.
No. That's not a question. No, I picked a team. Who's your favorite fucking coach in college football? Don't lie to me.
Well, Brian Kelly's out.
Nope,
so
not him.
Brian Kelly.
He's on the list.
It's not Mike Norvell. Big 12. Oh, Dion.
Big 12.
Yeah, Dion. Dion's such a goofball. See, I don't even consider him a coach. I consider him like a marketing agent. He's
like a
marketing
caricature of himself
of
at this
point.
point.
He's terrible.
Yeah, and one thing I know, he'll never be able to put 10 toes down for his players.
Let's see. Schedule, please. I think they're awful. I think they're it. This is it. This is absolutely it for Dion. This is.
I think that one of the telling tales is one thing Jordan Seaton said comparing Colorado to LSU was that, at Colorado you pretty much did whatever you wanted, while LSU there's actual structure, there's actual goals,
this just feels
there's actual accountability to your actions here. It's not just a free for all.
Cool.
Jesus. Yeah. All right. Backstory. He was our high school coach. He was god awful. Let's just put it that. So if you ever hear the name, we're not going to say his first name ever because we don't get sued by him for slander. Josh, remember that. But yeah, he a 6'4" pocket pass, 3-step shot quarterback. He throws in the wing tee because that's all he wants to run.
We never go.
Let's just play that. That's all we need to talk about there. But anywho.
Yeah, you suffered the worst.
Dude, I had to be in that offensive line. In
Georgia,
that was not fun.
Colorado goes to Georgia Tech.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he outcoaches. Weber State,
Brent
they get a dub.
Has his one big game of the year here.
They're going to lose at Northwestern because they're trash. They're going to lose at Baylor because Colorado's trash. The Red Raiders are just going to maul this team. Utah's going to maul them. They might have a chance against Oklahoma State. Definitely don't have a chance against Kansas State. Not a chance against Arizona State. Houston Cougars are going to get them.
Nope.
They might beat Cincinnati. And since the game is at Folsom Field, the last game Deion Sanders ever coaches, the UCF Knights, they might send him off with a win. But Scott Frost wants that one. This might be a...
I think Deion leaves for health issues after the Utah game.
Undersized.
This is when you're when your quarterback says you didn't even watch film last year on the other team. I mean, that's bush.
Yeah, it is absurd.
Was it 37 you shit?
Forced to go through another season. Yeah, he's just a bad. Like,
he hired Warren Sapp.
That's a nutshell kind of argument. It's like, okay, this is clearly not.
This is not where. I mean, I get you like Warren bringing Sapp your buddies and former friends, but Warren Sapp's no. He's a PR. He's what most businesses would call a PR nightmare.
To give him a job, which I can understand if they're friends, but it's like just a non-student facing job. Maybe something where he can like do some paperwork.
Immediately D-line, like, you're not going to be over 300 pounds on my defense. You're too slow. I'm like, dude.
You've got a lot of
people who are 350 now faster than what you were.
Fan. I think the welcome is worn out. But
the only reason he's still the coach there is because he still makes them popular. There's still news and that school's making money. That's the only reason he's still the head coach.
Georgia Tech is a game that potentially winnable because Georgia Tech won or lost so much rather through graduation and the portal transfers. But it would be tough to go cross country, night game, standalone game to Georgia Tech, which is going to be an insane environment. Plus, that game last year, that game looks a lot closer on paper. That's because Georgia Tech fumbled the ball like 19 times in their first 19 possessions. So, big game for Key as well, but I don't know. Northwestern's a little bit tougher than you think.
Tickets for the Colorado Northwestern game are $589 for the cheapest seat.
Yep, so that's going to be the send-off.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope they win. I hope that's also the last game Deion Sanders coaches.
I think they're too talented to lose to
What
Weber
if they
State.
lose to
I think
Weber
they could
State?
just show up and beat Weber State.
I honestly think it's probably going to be after the loss to
DJ
Baylor.
Wagwu.
Because you lose to DJ
yeah,
Lagway.
I mean, Aranda's coaching for his job too, man. This guy, he's going to take a loss to Baylor. I mean, Auburn.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. If Aranda gets fired, though, Josh, he's going to be the most coveted defense coordinator on the list of DC.
I think he goes back to
Prime's got to go back to HBCU.
It's very time consuming. And this guy doesn't want to recruit.
Either that or is Florida State that ignorant?
We'd hire Brian Kelly first. 100%. We're gonna fire Norvell. It goes to Tom Herman, and God knows what happens. Oh, it's gonna be brutal.
It goes to Tom Herman, and then he gets fired from Auburn. The wheel of death and somehow hire Alex Golesh.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm sure it's not gonna be the right decision. That's kind of what we do now. Well, I think we've got like maybe a dozen other teams on the randomizer of doom, so we will have to make a.
I got a ton on here we can keep doing. We can do another show like this. We can do however far we want.
We'll have to shelve the other
doing a different format every week right now.
We'll have to come up with a new strategy here. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Goal Line guys, find us on Rumble or YouTube rather. YouTube is our flagship broadcast here. So thanks for tuning in, TJ, Josh. We will have a Florida Gators specific episode. We'll dive a little bit deeper. Try to get our buddy Jeff. We'll do part 1 with Jeff. We'll do part 2 with Sean. Maybe a little follow-up episode since that game. So Jeff is going to be taking a short break.
So Jeff's done with FurryCon?
Ligaments and muscles. I won't name which ones.
Yeah, and just to tell you, we're not making fun of furries. He's in the underground, weirder furry groups.
Yeah, that's all we know.
Off Craigslist, motel sex parties is all he tells us.
Red Roof Inn. But we'll do some Gator-specific episodes. We will do the obligatory garbage FSU walkthrough. We'll make it real quick. It's going to be gross. But other than that...
Yeah. And Josh, one more thing, Josh, before you go. We didn't talk about this.
Buddy. We're going to take a long road
on 30
trip
days till we head out to Death Valley.
Four Corners Champion Gate. Down in sunny
Orlando.
Florida. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, we have 41 days till we make that trek, bro.
Yeah, we're doing.
Which we're also going to do a drive-by episode at our sometimes host's house,
Hell yeah,
Sean.
Brother. Yeah, can't wait. We'll have plenty of episodes.
I need to make a good one for that.
As always, TJ, send us off into the great beyond.
Yes, we will. Per usual, suck that tiger dick, bitch.